Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the USF Bulls offense will go on the attack first. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on. They punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Unloads it left. Out to the 35-yard line, and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. The offense changing the play. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Here's the pressure. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball.
He's going to let it go. Catch and stride inside the 15. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 of the 11. And the Bulls in the hurry-up. They'll move the wide receiver. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Back to pass on 2nd down. Trying to set up the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
Well, the defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
Motion from the back. He's got it on the run. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulls. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll start the return inside his 5. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. So the Florida Atlantic Owls offense will go to work for the first time today. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming into this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Just a little off. Incomplete.
I think as a quarterback, you get in your mind before the snap a lot of times where you're going with the football.
And sometimes you lock on it a little bit too long, and right there I think he did. He'd probably want that throw back.
Throws to the tight end. It's caught. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Florida Atlantic trying to get back on the ball.
Well, after watching the other offense go down the field and score a touchdown, you know this guy's trying to lead his offense to do the exact same thing. That was a big third down. I know there's a lot of football left to play, but you're trying to establish confidence as early as possible. That last throw is really going to help out your team.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that late and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
I think one of the biggest keys in stopping these big physical running backs is you can never let them get momentum running downhill. And I think that was a big factor on that play. They didn't get him right away. He was able to break a tackle, but he couldn't get the speed going. And as a result, he's going backwards. That's a big TFL for the defense.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. He is a menace rushing the passer, career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee. Death, taxes, and sacks for that guy.
Florida Atlantic decides to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Leaves it with the back. Past the sticks, and he may get more. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Use the play fake. Now to throw. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 6.
I love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Bulls are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give him a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
And the Bulls will try to move the chains on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Working the middle, it's complete. Will not get there. A 4th down stop. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. With the catch, it's Hall. Breaks into the open. And he left the first defender grabbing at air before he was finally tackled.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. Not sure exactly what led to that, whether the protection wasn't right or the quarterback just didn't see it, but the result was a negative play and a sack.
But one thing I do know is that quarterback had no chance to get that ball downfield. That pocket was breaking down, and it was breaking down quickly. There were just too many bodies in that backfield for the QB to make anything happen.
as they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter.
Let's go!
Now the play fake. Got a little space. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. That's the end of the period, and USF is on top. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. Motion from the wideout. Takes the handoff. It's Hall. Shakes off the defender. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be fourth down. Florida Atlantic will have to send out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Here's the return. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. Making side adjustments here. Starts a drive, trying to go up top. Lets it fly. Another interception. That's number 17 on the year. Got some room to run. He's at the 10.
And how about this defense, man? You talk about providing a spark and some energy. They make the big interception. I think most importantly, Jesse, set their offense up in ridiculous field position.
And that's one thing this defense practices so much throughout the week, right? It's creating turnovers. They are so opportunistic on that side of the football. They've got athletes. They've got dudes that are dangerous once they get the ball in their hands. And you saw it right there on that tremendous return.
Second down, he'll throw it. Under fire. He's got his man. Makes the grab. Touchdown, Florida Atlantic. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. And they did tack on the extra point. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
And after a successful run like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on second, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on third.
Might be changing the route. Wants to go up top. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Makes a grab on the shot. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down. The Bulls want to pick up the tempo. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
Timeout, Florida Atlantic.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. They'll go to the ground. Running into the open space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. The give to the back. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. They'll send the tight end in motion. He'll set up to throw. Touchdown, South Florida. Quick strike through the air for the score.
Yeah, these guys are just on the same page. They rep this play in practice over and over and over. For this exact type of situation, QB, there was no question where he was going with that football and that play.
Lining up for the PAT. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Iowa State needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with that crowd there in Ames behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. They're trailing by 10 to Texas. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes from Big 12 country, you'll hear about it here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Got his man. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at him.
And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And that's now their third sack of the game. This is one of the best units in the entire country getting after the quarterback. They have done such a great job recruiting athletes up front and in their front seven. They can blitz, they can rush you with 4, with 3, but they've got dudes that can beat you one-on-one, and you're seeing that in this game.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. They'll run play action. Pocket breaking down. Takes a hit as he fires.
So after that incompletion, fourth down, you've got to hold serve if you're this offense, right? Both offenses up and down the field. The opponent scored twice. You scored a touchdown on your first drive. I think you got to go for it here because right now nobody's playing defense. And this game very easily could come down to which team has the ball last.
South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time and took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. And they've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Easy. They'll try the run. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
And the Bulls can really attack on this second and short. They'll run it from the gun. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The Bulls really need to keep this drive alive on third down. Quarterback making checks. He'll throw on third down. Pressure coming. And they'll miss the connection here on third down. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. He'll swing that big leg for 3 from 44 yards out. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And now the lead is even bigger.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but, man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some...
Oh, he's got some space. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking. They opened up this drive, getting all the way out to the 35, and now it's 1st down again. To the air on 1st down. He's got his man. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43. Florida Atlantic races to the line. Wants to throw on 1st down. It's incomplete, and he's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some...
Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
And he gets home again, continuing his production. Last week, 2 sacks. This week, already a sack in the first half. This guy has been on a sack terror.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Hauls it in. He is denied, cannot get to the 1st down marker, and it's 4th down coming. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Florida Atlantic will send the punt unit onto the field. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my play...
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Makes the grab down the middle. Nothing but green grass down the middle. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown Bulls. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
And, man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the first half.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. The defense burns their 3rd and final timeout of the half. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Defense playing a bail technique. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. He's got it down the left side. He's loose. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Owls.
And that touchdown is so big for this offense, right? Because here at the end of the half, you're just trying to find positives you can build upon in the second half. And right when it was looking like this game was starting to get away from them, they're able to execute, score, and that's going to help their confidence.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
Just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart. If you're going to be aggressive with your decision-making.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Looking for a deep man. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Fires in traffic, intercepted. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half because the offense is trying to march down the field. They're trying to cut into the opponent's lead. But with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the first half.
He'll start this drive going to the air. Throws for the end zone. Touchdown, USF! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all in the first half. Running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. And he'll bring it back. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. 1 minute to play here in the first half, and the offense will take a knee, and that is how we'll wrap up the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Gentlemen, you've had yourselves a superb broadcast so far today in Tampa. And it's clear the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside Raymond James Stadium.
up and ready to kick off this second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be dragged down. Florida Atlantic has the ball back, and the offense will try to put together a drive. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on fourth downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
They'll give it to the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. And the Owls come to the line in the hurry-up. They'll try to get it through the air. Nice catch along the sidelines, but they get nothing out of it. Florida Atlantic will go to work with a fresh set of downs.
And you'd like to see the defense play a little bit tighter on those short yard situations. They give up the first down, and they better get ready because you can tell they're right back on the ball to run another play.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
Here comes the heat. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
This quarterback is thinking to himself, I need to get an NIL deal at some restaurant so I can take my offensive line out and feed them more, because I don't think they like me very much right now. I've been sacked 6 times in this game. It's time to get that new NIL deal paycheck.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. Florida Atlantic decides to punt it away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. The give to the left side. Turning it on. They get him out of bounds at the 32, and that is what you want out of this running game. What perfect execution on that big run. Everything perfectly blocked, and this guy doesn't need a lot of room.
I love how this offensive line communicates and works up front. You see guys winning their one-on-one battles. There's double teams happening. Guys are getting into the second level and creating big lanes for this running back.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. And the incomplete pass had a lot of juice on it. So now it's 2nd and long.
Let's go.
Quarterback may change this route. The play action fake. Oh, they're after him. Complete to the right. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Down to the 16-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. Leaves it with the running back. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring.
Here we go. 8-4. Terrier. Go.
They're looking to throw on 2nd and short. The throw to the outside is complete. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Bully ball on 3rd and short. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down. And the Bulls heading quickly to the line. They'll run the option. Touchdown Bulls! And the route is on.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Florida Atlantic offense will return to the field. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 2-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
Pretty good job of running to get 2 there to the 32. Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Hall. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Makes the grab. Such a big part to convert these 3rd downs, and they've got it at the 42.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
Caught in the backfield. It's Keys.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
The Owls can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Just keep slinging it. It's caught. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
Well, after that completion on the corner route, it'd be interesting to see if later in the game the offensive coordinator comes out and shows the defense the same look, but this time sends the receiver to the middle of the field. Might catch the defense off guard.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Owls trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Quick completion on the out. Bounced out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. He's tackled right at the 40-yard line. That is well short of the 1st down, and let's see if they go for it here. Florida Atlantic will have to send out the punt team. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. And that one will sail out of bounds. No chance for a return there. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Going to the ground. And makes the tackle at the 23 after he got 10.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
From their own 23, it'll be 1st and 10. We've come to the end of the quarter, and USF is on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. back to work with a first down in the final period. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
The Bulls come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
Give to the running back. There he goes. Knocked down for the tackle. And the Bulls want to move quickly. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down. Trying to get it to the marker. He will not get there. They'll turn it over on downs, and that leaves the door open. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Deep shot for the end zone. Intercepted. Big play, stops the drive.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passion, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
When you hear about it all the time in football, go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You can see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, South Florida.
Okay, ready?
Backed up now. Here's second and long.
Cobra.
They'll run it to keep the clock moving. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. Florida Atlantic takes over again, and the Owls offense will go back to work. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches.
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
And that play is a microcosm of what this game has been. They have not been able to protect their quarterback all game long, early or late.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man, doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack.
Fires toward the end zone. Can't hook up on the long throw, and fourth down goes by the boards for this offense.
I think after failing on the fourth down, guys, you look at the scoreboard, you look at how much time is left. I think they're going to lose this football game. This coaching staff is going to have to dig deep and try to find ways to get this team better next time they take the field.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
This is an area of the game. On offense, you've got to be able to run the football well. You've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and obviously you're in your own end here, but you want to bleed the clock. You want to stay on the field and keep getting first down, so you have to be able to run.
He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. They're still firing away even with this lead. Looking for the end zone. He's got it on the left. They're able to make the stop, but this offense running plays and racking up yards all the way to the end as they get the W. Well, look what we have here, guys. After all the early season doubts, these guys have put together a winning streak.
They sure have. Man, they're just believing in themselves right now. This is a completely different looking team than what we saw early in the year. They're playing with so much more confidence. And David, when you start making plays, you start stringing W's together, that's obviously what happens.
Everybody gets energized. Everybody starts to contribute. Young guys start to grow up. Coaches start to believe in them. Everything starts to turn around and swing the other way. They got it all going in the right direction.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Timeout,